What is going on, guys? Welcome to another edition of the Wrestling Junkies podcast. I am Eric, Mr. Cincinnati Robinson. I am joined by Charlie Chapdass himself, the podcast dad, Chris Hoops. Choops, you've had a day, it sounds like, today, buddy. How are you?
I have been up since 4:30. I have 2 sick children. I have a sick wife, and I just sat in traffic for an hour and a half. I am ready to talk some wrestling, Eric. I'm ready to escape for a little while. Let's have a fun episode.
I can tell you're definitely ready to escape because you called me Eric. So
it's been
as
that
always,
day.
yeah, it's all right. It's all right. I think we got your fix right here. But as always, if you are new to the channel, welcome. If you are a return listener, watcher, welcome back. Hit that QR code top left hand at the corner. Like, share, subscribe. We do have a new Stump to Smark out today. That Johnny Van Frank is starting to be a pain in my ass, man. Now, I mean, that contract is seriously
worth every penny.
Is it though?
Penny.
Is it?
Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
He wants theme music now. I mean,
think
our
he's
editing
earned that.
staff obliged. I mean, has he? What? How has he earned this? Just
Views.
What?
He's brought views to the channel. Tell me I'm wrong.
There are some videos that do better than others. Sure, yeah, fine, whatever. All right, but still, I mean, it's a what have you done
Handsome
for me lately?
man too. Handsome man.
Whatever. Anyway, let's get right into it. Fun night of NXT coming off of the biggest episode of NXT in history. You have a lot to say about the follow-up, and as always, we're not going to do a full match-by-match recap. That'll be in the captions down below. But, Choops, I'm just going to turn this right over to you. You said for me to buckle up, so me and my tea are ready. Let's go.
Are you sitting down? Because
No, I'm sitting down.
I am fully ready to admit that I was wrong. Chelsea Green has the chance to be a megastar in this company.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you?
I am humble.
Just hold on. Just hold on a second. I wish I could find the Marv Albert sound effect, but I can't, so I'm just going to do it. Yes!
Yes. When I'm wrong, I'm wrong. She carries herself like a star. It was a very small thing on NXT, but I just like the crowd reacted awesome. And yeah. I think this character's gotten over. I think she's done a very good job with everything. I think she's made the tag titles relevant again, which is something we never thought we would see.
Yeah.
And I just like the continued story of, hey, the tag team titles mean something. But, like, when Chelsea's on the screen, I want to watch. And that's probably the biggest compliment I can give to anybody is when you're on the TV, I want to tune in. And she has that kind of star mentality that I think you need. I think maybe further down the line, we get a more serious heel character, and she could, potentially win a women's title.
Yeah.
But the other thing that I wanted to talk to you about, and maybe it's a strategic kind of thing by Triple H and Shawn Michaels. Do you know how many women's matches were on the card last night?
That was going to be something that I was going to bring up as well, but it looks like we had four women's matches on the card. Yeah.
Do you know how many women matches are on night 1 of Halloween Havoc?
Probably 3.
5.
Damn. Okay. All right.
You want to talk about a shot across the bow?
Yeah.
Dude, WWE ain't playing around.
No, not at all.
I mean, that might be a direct shot at Tony going, see what we can do, see what you can't do. I think WWE's in their bag right now.
Yeah, I'm actually really glad that you started with these points tonight. I'm going to address Chelsea, my excitement aside about being right. I want to go back to something you said. I'm serious. I really am. Like
I popped. Yeah. I popped.
Yeah,
good job.
So did I, clearly. There's something you said about hoping that she evolves in a bit more serious of a tone, and that was something I meant to bring up when we were talking about our review yesterday. Is that while it has taken a while for them, I need a manager kind of gimmick to get over, it's there now. Like you said, people, want to see what she's doing, but she does need to develop that edge. And I do think that this is where having Piper Niven as her tag team partner / heater can really come into play here, because this is not Dewdrop. This is not, just kind of coming in to be a sidekick. No, she could be a force. They could be a dominant tag team here. And I think this would give Chelsea an opportunity to have some of that edge. I mean, think about it. She's married to what some people, as far as wrestling fans, might consider one of the most detestable heels on all the independents in Matt Cardona. Like that's, I mean, you have to think ideas are being bounced off of as far as like what they can both do with their respective characters in and outside WWE. So I'm hoping that as time goes on that there will be a little bit more edge that gets added to that character. But I mean, as far as everything else that she's doing right now and what she has done to use social media to her advantage when she wasn't getting screen time, and now that's translating into screen time, I'm here for it.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's I don't need super serious, but just a little bit more, not
just some
not
edge,
over the top kind of thing. Yeah, that just a mean streak.
Yeah.
I also think from last night, excuse me, guys, Ariana Grace, I love that presentation, and she did a promo afterwards on online too that I think you should check out. It was really funny. Saying that I don't have the exact words, but saying, hey, this person's the favorite going into it next week. And she goes, well, some people believe the earth is flat too. Do we judge them? And like,
love that. Okay.
I like this character is great. I love it. I think they have something in her, and you know who she's related to, right?
I do not know. Enlighten me.
That is Santino Marella's daughter.
Oh, that changes things. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because
I think she has it.
Okay. Yeah. All right. That could be fun. As far as the women's breakout tournament, love the idea of this. I love the opportunity that they get as a result of this. I think the one match I was super disappointed in was Carmen Petrovic, and I realize I misspelled her name in the captions here. I apologize. And Jada Parker. That was not a great match. That was short. It was sour. It was, I mean, I don't think that they are quite NXT TV ready. Again, we don't watch Level Up, but somebody has said that he would check it out every once in a while. So he should have the inside scoop on the women's breakout tournament, but he doesn't. I'm looking at you, Johnny Van Frank cosplaying mother. Okay.
Whoa, how dare you? I can only wish to be that great.
Sorry, this is a family show. I apologize.
It is.
But yeah, so again, I love the tournament. I don't think that everybody is ready to be in this tournament, and it showed.
But that's the point of it.
I mean, the point of it is to figure out who's the next rising star. But I think that there should at least they just didn't seem NXT TV ready. That was.
But how are you going to get there?
I don't know what they're doing on Level Up, but I don't know. I just don't think that. I think that they could have found two more names that could have benefited from that tournament. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, maybe. I mean, maybe that's what they have, and there's only one way to find out. So, sure. I don't mind it. Yes, it wasn't the greatest match in the world, but you go out there in front of a live audience. Level Up's not live. Go out there in front of a live audience. Let's see what you can do. Come back, get the coaching that you need, and move on. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I mean, it wasn't like a 20-minute match. It wasn't on the main event or anything like that. It's just, let's go see what you got. And yeah, maybe it was a dud, but learn from that and move on. You have the coaches in that performance center to do that, but take that criticism and be better.
Do we have the same finals predictions on this one?
Who is it?
Mine, I'm going to say Grace and Lola Vice.
I think it's Lola Vice, and I think it is she was just with – who is it? Yes, Grace, because the other what is her name? She was just with
Lola?
No, she was just with Dana Brooke. She's in
Kalani Jordan.
Yes, sorry. Yeah. That was my original pick. Yes, it was Kalani Jordan. But with her being hurt, I think it'll be Grace and Lola Vice.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I mean, like I said, overall, love the idea of the tournament. Can't wait for the men's bracket to be released. So, we'll
you think Brian Pillman Jr. will be in that?
Brian Pillman Jr. is not on the NXT roster.
Oh, jeez. Edge isn't
He's
on
not.
the AEW roster, yet we still refer to him as Edge.
I don't. That's Adam
Yes,
Copeland.
you do. Don't make me pull up the receipts. Do not make me pull. You're going to test me today?
Have I accidentally done it? Yes. Have I intentionally? No.
Don't even start. Don't even start. Not today. Not today, Mr. Cincinnati. Not today. Do you think Lexi King will be in that tournament? Lexus King.
Lexus King. He put some respect on the name here.
Well, change your gear
him
then.
To be. We'll see what happens. We don't know what he's going to debut in yet. You know,
I've seen pictures of the house shows.
Okay, fine. I have not, and yet you don't send those my way. What?
He's still in the same gear. So, how much is your character changing?
I mean, but like realistically, this could be a fresh start for him because I mean, honestly, how many people were that watch NXT were paying attention to the Varsity Blondes?
Nobody.
Exactly. So this is a chance to start fresh, and it's an interesting way to go. It would be very easy to put him in that group of next generation talent and just strap a jetpack and go. But this is a chance to see what he's got on his own because very clearly that did not work over there. So why are they going to repeat it? They're going to be, like you said, WWE is going to be in their bag. We create a new character, and he's going to have the Shawn Michaels touch. There's a lot that can be worked with here.
And I think we've said it before. Like this is a make or break. I think for him, like he is not like he's 30 or 31 years old. Like he is not a young kid anymore. Like this is your chance.
No,
go do it.
I think he will.
No, go ahead.
I was just saying, I think he will. Yeah.
Okay. But do you think he'll be in that breakout tournament, or do you think they're just going to debut him? Because he has a match next week.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. So maybe not breakout tournament, but I think, I mean, at this point, because we don't know anything about the bracket with the tournament, we don't even know when matches are going to kick off. That's not to say that couldn't be something they announce between now and when Halloween Havoc actually hits the air next Tuesday. But I'll just assume for now to answer this question separate and apart, comes out maybe some type of open challenge or something that he answers. But I mean, if that's the case, if he's going to have a match next week, then I wouldn't count on the tournament just yet until I hear more.
Who do you think it's going to be? You think it's just going to be some jobber? Anybody with a name?
If I got to throw a name out, I'll throw out somebody like Apollo Crews. Athletic, get a good match. I mean, get a good match out of him, just enough to. I mean, people like Apollo, which gives them something that they can cheer for because it seems like Lexus King is going to be a bit of a heel because he's throwing away his father's legacy, and that's all us wrestling fans know. So I feel like that's the story they want to tell. So that's just me spitballing right there, but I just think that could be a fun match. Easy kind of introduction to NXT.
Let's hope it works out better than Gable Stevenson.
Well, he returned to house shows too.
I don't care.
I know.
Maybe he'll be in the breakout tournament. He needs something.
The only person drafted to the main roster to be put in the breakout tournament.
Hey, it's not working. Who attacked Trick? No. Who did it?
It was you, Mello.
Was it?
Sorry, that was my best Shawn Michaels impression. I mean that's just too fun of a story to tell. That was my favorite rivalry growing up. That wrestling match changed my life as a wrestling fan. So if anybody can retell that story, it's them.
Do you think it was Mello?
I do think it was Mello.
Or is it too obvious?
Sometimes you just got to go with the obvious.
Maybe it's someone trying to frame Mello.
But, okay, I mean, let me answer that question with a question. Who realistically do you think that could have done it?
So this is a name that we haven't talked about in a while.
Okay.
He left after losing a match to Carmelo. What about Wes Lee?
Oh. Okay. All right. Heel Wes Lee.
He's kind of trending that way anyway. He was frustrated and left after Mello. Maybe he's trying to continue that divide between those two. Just adds another layer to that story and adds another possible kind of fraction between that friendship is Trick thinks it's Mello, and it was all along. It was Wesley. It was you, Austin. It was Wes. Sorry,
Yeah.
Tourette's came out. It was Wesley all along, and Mello gets mad at Trick because he thought it was Mello. I don't know. Maybe they continue this story a little bit.
I like, and I think, I mean, you and I had thoughts about this entire setup as a whole. So if you didn't watch the show last night, there was a promo segment between Dijak, Baron Corbin, and Mello. Trick comes out, says, "I've been added to this match as it'll now be a fatal 4-way. Everybody's surprised, including Mello himself. Mello does still help him clear house in that brawl, to end the segment. But to turn around and then jump him and it goes back to a triple threat, it just, I didn't think that the promo segment was needed for those three. We already knew that you guys were going to be in the main event. What more could you possibly have to add in this match that had been set up for a week now? I think that was what got me for it. The Trick surprise, ambush aside, would have just been, if he was going to be in that match, I would have just preferred that somebody come out less men and say, "No, before you ring that bell, this is now a fatal 4-way, hit the music and just go with it." But that's just me.
Then they can't tell the attack story.
I know.
Because realistically, like, when do you think this match between Trick and Mello will be? Do you think they want to wait till Stand and Deliver, like their biggest show? I could see that. That's why I think this Wesley wrinkle might be something to add into it. Do you think they can hold off that long?
See, I was going to say no, mostly because just we've got the Rumble around the corner.
Okay.
You have to imagine there'll be another takeover or a PLE, whatever they want to call it then. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that. I mean, you still have, what is it? Deadline or something like that? What's it called?
Oh, yeah, that is in December. Yeah, so there probably won't be a January one.
Maybe a February
you have to
one?
guess. Possibly. I would say, because now that you have reminded me of Deadline, we'll probably get another Iron Survivor match. So
they've already announced
there will probably be that same, mix of guys. I would have to imagine that this is probably Mello's last shot at the NXT title.
Yes, at Dragon,
because this would be because this would be their third match, right?
Mm-hmm.
Split series now, yeah. So, yeah, I could see Mello being in Iron Survivor, and then again, like you said, maybe some wrinkle with Wesley, or if there's more with Trick, I could see all of that kind of coming to a head there instead of and then at that point you can start to build towards Stand and Deliver. That gives you 3 months to start that program. Because let's be honest, Mello does not need much more to do in NXT. If he wants to put over Trick on the way out, that I don't mind the idea of that, but clocks are ticking. I'd like to see on my TV on Monday or Friday.
Is that your transition right there?
What?
Did you see the end of NXT?
Oh yeah.
Was that your transition?
No. I was immediately thinking Judge Judy slamming the yeah. That's what I went to. But yeah, no, that's another fun wrinkle, dude. Yeah,
it was Jade.
Women's division was on display last night.
I'm telling you, they're making a point with that. They are doing that on purpose. They are 100% doing that on purpose. Yes,
So,
that was a fun wrinkle. I don't think it's her saying she's coming to NXT. I think it's saying, why can't I take the NXT title?
Yeah.
Becky's on Raw and SmackDown. There's no reason Jade can't do that. But
gold is gold, yeah.
They're keeping her in our minds, and I really like that.
I will give you that. I am still worried about the longevity of it, but for now I like that they're doing a mix of, she's there doing face-to-face, or she's not, and it's just kind of reminding you that she is watching, very much like Sting from the rafters, and, all of that. Oh, yeah, I forgot about Sting's announcement tonight. I'm not ready to say goodbye, but anyway.
We're not.
Good.
We're not.
That's what I hope.
Do you think they could do it at Survivor Series? Jade and Becky? And maybe that's how you get her to NXT?
I mean, everything's on the table at this point when it comes to Survivor Series. I mean, we're about 6 weeks away. There isn't a ton advertised. So, I mean, you have to think that all options are on the table. I know that I guess my question for you is, what has changed your mind about a debut in the Rumble that you initially thought about versus...
Yeah, if I was doing it, I still would do it at the Rumble. But I think her showing up on NXT again last night during the Lyra kind of segment there towards the end is her saying, "I want that NXT title." She had the interaction with Becky again.
Yeah.
Like, it could be fun to have her debut at Survivor Series, dominate Becky Lynch, like just squash Becky, and
Yeah.
start that run with the NXT champion down there, and just dominate that for a couple months, and then say, "All right, I'm ready to go to the big leagues again. I dominated
Yeah.
this." It could be another really, really fun story. If it were me, again, I would still debut her at the Rumble, but context clues, or it seems to be maybe we're going to get it sooner than later.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, yeah, if you are going to, let's just say that would be their plan. Sure, I would have no problem with that with Survivor Series. I like Becky as a first opponent for her because we know that she's also had interactions with Charlotte. Charlotte has always felt like the final boss in the women's division. So while it's easy to tease and drop that seed of, okay, she's here, she's the new queen in town, like, just give it time, just keep them as far away from each other as possible, because we also don't know if Jade's gonna be a face, if she's gonna be heel or anything like that. And I would prefer for that match Charlotte comes in just white hot heel.
Well, yeah, I think nobody wants her to be face anyway. So
Some people do.
Anything else on NXT that you want to talk about? I'm excited for Halloween Havoc next week. I don't know what a Devil's
I think it'll be a lot
is,
of fun,
but I think it's a street fight.
Yeah, I like the idea of the lights out match, even though they're very clearly taking that idea from somewhere else.
Well, no, because they did one. Who was it? Was it Tiffany and Wendy Chu? Do you remember that one? They just kind of like dimmed it in the arena, and then they fought backstage a lot. Like that one with. Go back and check that one out. Like that one was a lot of fun. That was during the 2.0 days, so maybe we don't know. We don't watch that. Don't think about that as much, but that was a fun one. So I could see something like that. But yeah, let's. You have a note in here, and I haven't seen it, so I want you to reveal it for me. The PWI top 10 women wrestlers.
Yes, so here is the official PWI top 10 released today. Coming in at number 1, Mommy, Rhea Ripley. Number 2, Giulia, Giulia. I don't know that name, but now I got some research.
I think she's not New Japan. What's it? Stardom?
Stardom? Okay. Yeah. Bianca at number 3, Jamie Hayter at 4, Tam Nakano at 5, Athena at 6.
4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Tam Nakano at 5, Athena at 6, Deonna Purrazzo at 7, our girl Willow at 8, Camille at 9, and Jordan Grace rounding out the top 10.
No Becky Lynch in that top 10, huh?
I know.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay. That one's a little surprising. Willow being up there is surprising, I think.
Yeah.
Mercedes not being in there is a little surprising.
I think that has more to do with the injury.
Yeah.
I think if she had these last 6 months to do something, probably debuted for AEW, I think she'd be right on that list. But
there's another one. I think there's a kind of big omission since she's been killing it the last couple months.
I'm just waiting for you to tell me. I'm just waiting. I'm listening to you today. You wanted to talk today, so
Toni Storm. I'm surprised Toni Storm is not in that top 10. I mean, she had a world title run, so it's not like
true.
She had 2, didn't she?
Couple, yeah.
Like that one's Jade not being in it.
Yeah.
I mean,
I would love to see.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I would love to see Toni use this to as kind of like an Oscar snub and just add fuel to the fire of that character and just yeah. Especially when Mariah May gets there.
2 more off the top of my head. Statlander, I think she deserves a mention.
Yeah. That's like a comeback of the year kind of person for me too. Like that shit,
And then I think the last one that kind of popped in my head is Tiffany Stratton. I'm a little surprised she's not on that list.
Top 10.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
I think she
Okay.
is greatly helped that NXT women's division.
Not wrong.
She carried that division for a while and had some really good matches, some very underrated matches.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, oh, and we could sit here for hours and debate this too, I'm sure. And
Good.
like it's insane because and also what up to Dylan last week in wrestling podcast, we will actually be joining his show tomorrow night. So there will not be a regular show for us. We're going to save all of that energy for that show, but we'll try to make sure it's streaming on our channels as well. But yeah, I mean that's the thing about this. It is so subjective because yes, Tiffany has had great main events. Have those main events been better than anything that these 10 women have done
Yes.
this year for me?
Yes.
I'm not going to say all of them, no. I'm not going to say all of them, no.
As much as we like Willow, you think Willow deserves to be in the top 10. And I love Willow. And this is not that cliche backhanded compliment like, oh, no, you do really great. But, no, like, what
it's that Ring of Honor main event, man. It's that main event for me. That's what it is for me.
Okay. Just one match.
I mean, that was the only women's match on the show, and it was the main event.
And Athena's in the top 10, yes. I agree with Athena being in there.
Yeah. Because we don't think that ROH and Tony Khan value her enough.
They don't. That's Jamie Hayter being 4 is a little surprising considering she's been out for a while.
Yeah, I need Jamie Hayter in my life again. I just
she seems like she's a while away still, though.
I know. Deanna, I love it. She's killing everything she's been doing in Impact right now. Rivalry with Trinity has been great. Jordan Grace has also been phenomenal this year. I mean, it's been just a jetpack ride for her too. So that's really cool. I can't say I know a lot about Tam Nakano. Let's see. I'll throw
if not,
in my
no
Google
big deal.
machine.
But
yeah, no, let's see.
Yeah, the Japanese women I don't know a ton about. That's I would need to. I've heard of the second one. Forgive me, guys. I've been.
Yeah. No, if you've got, if anybody has links for anybody that's on these on this PWI list that we can check out matches and stuff, please let me know. I'd love to. All I'm seeing is top 10 right now.
Okay. Yeah, no worries. It would be interesting to see that next 5, but yeah, I definitely think Rhea is number 1. I don't think that's a debate. What about for you?
I will say she deserves the spot, and I know that there are people that will disagree with me on this, especially in our circles. However, while the quality of competition hasn't been great for Rhea Ripley, and I think today marks 200 days as her, with this reign. Yeah, 200 days. She's been part of a larger story. Essentially she is a part of the story that is going to be superseding the bloodline. I mean, she is on Raw, she's on SmackDown, she's on NXT all the time, and she barely has to defend her championship. I think that's kind of that's the rarefied air, that Charlotte Flair effect of like, yeah, I'm the champion, I will fight and I'll defend this when I want to, because nobody's going to beat me for it until we see what might happen with Jade or what might happen with Becky, because that's another match that's still waiting in the wings. While the title run as far as quality of contenders hasn't been great, now that we see that WWE is going into their bag and trying to elevate this women's division again, there is a chance to save this reign. So I'm not going to freak out about it yet, like some people are, but yeah, number 1, well deserved, hands down. I mean, name somebody else that is across all 3 shows that is generally an opening and closing segments.
Dominic Mysterio.
Okay, somebody that will qualify for the PWI Women's 250 that is doing the same thing.
Don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. Don't give me that look. Don't do it.
All right, I can't stay mad at you long. You know that. Whatever.
Hey, really good women's wrestling episode. I enjoyed that.
Yeah. No, that was fun as hell, and we didn't really plan that. You just said you had some takes, and I'm just along for the ride, and it did. Look at that.
You were right. Let's just. I'll get it out there.
Right. That'll definitely be clipped for the social medias, and also, I mean, I think that
he's gonna add it to the ticker, folks. I can already see him.
Whatever. I'm just saying. I was just gonna update my my graphic here. Follow me on TikTok at EV Cincinnati. That's where I'm gonna put most of my gloating
look at
that
that.
Choops does about me. Yeah. Yeah. So
Good for you.
anyway, any final thoughts on this? Also, this should have been foreshadowing here as far as what kind of show this is going to be.
That's
Anytime I
true.
look-
That's true.
Yeah,
You
right.
that's
Wearing the woman shirt.
that's a good shirt. I really like that shirt.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
I might have to go buy that.
Shout out to Pro Wrestling Tees.
It's a good company.
Yeah, very good. Any final thoughts today, my friend?
I think I'm good. I am just trying to see if I can find that list real quick. If you want to go through all
sure.
the socials and stuff.
Yeah, no, that's totally fine. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit that QR code. New episodes of Stump the Spark are out. Johnny Van Frank has a theme song now, that jackass. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I got some great interviews coming up in the next couple of weeks that we're so excited to share with you guys. Thank you for sticking along with this ride. Just make sure to, again, tell your friends about our show and what we're doing here, because this truly is a labor of love. Yeah, I mean, this is just our daily conversations that we're putting cameras in our faces, and it seems to work, for us pretty well so far, I'd say.
So far, so good. I couldn't find the list, but so far, so
That's
good.
okay.
Good vamping. Don't tell Johnny that I was on today. He doesn't know. The check will clear, sir. Just bear with us.
I was gonna say he's got one more episode to keep jaw jacking me, and we might have to have some words.
Don't do it.
This conversation might turn into a confrontation.
He's a needle mover. Don't do it.
On that note, for the podcast, Dad, I'm Mr. Cincinnati. Thank you so much for watching the Wrestling Junkies podcast. We'll talk to you guys soon.